So, if you're interested in how this looming economic downturn, potential recession actually makes itself known on the street and how it actually impacts people, we saw an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal today about people taking time to go out and eat lunch at a restaurant while they're at work. So many people have been called back to the offices with the end of COVID restrictions. People are back in the offices, but fewer and fewer of them are actually going out and buying lunch. They're bringing lunch from home. So this is an indicator that people are a little bit less likely to part with their money, discretionary spending, be a little bit more frugal with what they are deciding to put their dollar down on. So they said that the people who are eating lunches out in restaurants or other establishments fell 3% in 2024 from the year before to a total of about $19.5 billion lunches that were purchased at work. So that is even lower than were purchased in 2020 at the height of the pandemic. It's pretty eye-opening. People are deciding not to go out and buy lunch. So what does that mean for the bigger economy? Well, you can just take this as an example of how the ripple effects of a little bit of panic and uncertainty in the markets is going to affect lots of different industries. So figure the person at work is not buying lunch. That means the restaurant, right, that they would be spending their dollars in is not getting that money in, which means they need to have less people working at the restaurant because they're not producing as much. If they're not producing as much, they're not buying as much goods and foods to turn into restaurant food. So the suppliers are not going to see as much demand for their product. And the ripple goes on and on and on. Those people who work at the restaurants, they're having less money to spend now too. So they are in turn not putting more dollars at work in the marketplace. So the ripple effect grows and grows and grows. This is just one small example of how a little bit of economic uncertainty has bigger and bigger effects across the economy. And you can imagine as we get more and more into this sort of downturn of the economy, what's going to happen for all the industries and all the employers who are seeing shrinking consumerism, shrinking spending, and businesses are going to feel that pain. They're going to pass that pain along to their workers by having less people working. Labor is going to go down. All sorts of ripple effects are happening. You can see this in real time right now. So if you are working now for your company, again, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to harp on this. You need to take stock right now of what you do for your company, the good that you bring to your company, and how you're going to bring that company toward its goals going forward, even as we all sail into these very uncertain economic times. So what you need to do is do a comparison of your company's goals. And if your company's goals are changing now, you don't want to go barging into the CEO's office, but ask your manager, ask your supervisors, ask people up the chain of command. Hey, what does this economic climate mean for our business? And what can I do to help us get through, right? Make yourself available, provide value. Offer value before asking for value back from the company. Don't say, hey, I need a raise or I need to change to my vacation policy. Right now is time to hunker down, prove how much you are worth to your company, and use metrics, use real statistics, use real examples. Now is the time to stake your place and say, I am a benefit to this company. I am what you need to help you get through these economic times. Let's work together to make things better, and we'll get through this together. So keep that in mind, do good things, and we will talk next time.